And we're live.
We're going.
We're live.
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 So many sniffles.
Don't worry, we've got our cough drops.
We're ready.
We've got our hot water with honey.
We are ready.
We've got our tissue box. I almost said something inappropriate. And we've got our tired faces on, but that's okay because we made
That's
it here.
just the way it goes sometimes.
In fact, I think doing this live, getting to talk to people today, now that my throat's not hurting as bad, I think it might make my day better. So we're excited to get to see and hear and talk to people on YouTube today because we haven't been on this for a while.
It's been a while. We've been busy.
Kind of do once a month, don't we? And this is
because you were gone. I got busy with work.
I got in a fight with Lainey.
It's a hard life when you're fighting the pup. We were going to have him on, but Lando started making too much noise. Maybe next time.
Hi, Josh. Thanks for joining us.
How's everybody's Friday?
It's kind of like COVID again, where we're like, quarantined and still going to meet with people via virtual.
How's everybody's Friday?
Hello. Hi, Jay. Thanks for joining us here. Oh, goodness me. Welcome, everyone.
Hello. We've got quite a few people.
Are you sweating?
Oh, probably.
Oh, my God.
I'm not sick. You're sick.
Yeah. We're either going to have a great live or because we're just delirious.
I'm not sick. You're sick.
It is normally pretty warm in this room by the time we all turn the AC on. But do we ever win when fighting the pups?
No, because they just start licking us in the face.
They get snuggles at the end of it anyway. And it's like
exhausted, excited to watch 1 week away to your return to Universal Studios Florida.
Ooh, yeah. There's a lot of cool stuff going on right now, or at least on the way. Sorry, I'm turning the AC on for Ben because he's sweating.
Jody, how are you? How do I have a man cold? Okay, so.
Well, he shares it with the people he lives with.
With work, I get anywhere between 140 to 180 new people that I work with every 6 weeks. And so with
I was wondering where you're going with that.
all those people in a very close proximity, if any of them have the bug, everybody's getting the bug.
Which means me.
Which means Aubrey included. So.
I work from home, guys. I don't go out in public often unless we're at Universal or getting groceries. And yet here I am as if I'm around these 180 dudes also sick. Yeah.
So, yeah.
It's the gift that keeps
the last class was pneumonia, so could be pneumonia. Who knows?
No, don't. Please don't. But I will say Ben puts up with having a cold much better than I do.
I just try to sleep.
He still goes and shows up to work and does stuff, even though he probably shouldn't go to work. And I'm over here like, I just need to keep sleeping.
And he comes snuggle me under the blankie while I watch
I'm not
Fallout.
Gonna do much today. I did start watching Fallout today. It was fantastic.
So, what are you excited for your return trip to Universal Studios? They've got the Secret Life of Pets.
That was
characters
just a new update.
The windows now in New York, which is very exciting. That's kind of cool.
I learned about that today. I think it's pretty cute. Do you think that could mean a future Secret Life of Pets ride someday in studios?
I think
because they have it in Hollywood.
They have it. So that idea of it potentially coming is just copy and paste. I don't think that sort of ride would really be all that difficult to integrate into studios, especially in the Illumination area.
They could replace Jimmy Fallon.
They could replace Jimmy Fallon. That would actually be, but it is a tracked ride, so I don't know how much Jimmy Fallon actually it doesn't take up a ton of room. So you might have to expand it a little bit, but with Rip Ride potentially closing.
There's a lot of things on the potential. A lot of things. Where did we leave off here? Hard to pay attention right now.
Jody, hello.
Hi, Jody. Thanks for joining.
Ready for your trip? We're excited to follow along, Jody. We are excited to follow along. We have to live vicariously through people until we get back in June. But we always love following people's adventure. And
the theme team, sorry, I'm chewing on a cough drop right now. The theme team just went to Universal, and so I was able to watch their updates just then, and they even did a photo shoot with the Very Busy Bee. So I look forward, Jody, when you're there, to seeing what you do, so we can live through you during your Universal trip. Very excited.
When do I retire? I'm probably never officially going to retire, but from the military, I'll get out in June of 2025. What happens after that is kind of TBD, but
a lot more Fudge Factor stuff, hopefully.
Ideally, that would be wonderful.
When Ben gets out, we do plan on moving down to Orlando, or at least in the Orlando area, which will make filming park videos and attending different events down there much easier. Everybody. The ride in Hollywood is so good. Oh, so you wouldn't be mad as far as the Secret Life of Pets. It looks adorable.
Yeah, Secret Life of Pets seems to be very, very popular in Hollywood, and it's gotten really great reviews. I'm pretty sure they have it in Asia too, like one of their Asia parks.
They do.
I think
it was Osaka, but
Japan.
I could be wrong as far as that. That was when we were watching one of
Paging Mr. Morrow.
Yeah, Paging Mr. Morrow's videos, and I took a nap halfway through, woke up, and was like, "Oh, that was great."
Paging Mr. Morrow, like Universal Japan, looks so much fun, and we really want to go.
We're in the process of re-upping our passports because they have since expired. But with the goal of we would really like to go over to see Universal Japan and do a couple things, and we actually have a buddy who's going over there. If he's not there right now, it's going to be soon. So very excited about that.
Question for the group, though, talking about Hollywood versus Orlando. Would you want to also update Jurassic Park to Jurassic World? The classic debate.
Continual
debate. But what do you think?
Could we update it, but just still keep the name Jurassic Park?
Maybe. Why not?
I don't know like how rules and stuff go, but I think you still need to have the traditional like welcome to Jurassic Park. But also I do think you could have, sorry, I'm shaking the table.
Shaking the table like crazy.
That's my bad. It would be cool to have like the updated version with the
screens and the Mosasaurus, and the Indominus Rex, and
oh yeah, I forget the chasing part with that. That would be really neat. Like, okay, maybe I tend more to just update it so we can have that. But I do think of the Jurassic Park ride as like one of the rides at Islands that has like a lot of nostalgia for me. So
excuse me, man.
Where are we at here? Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining us. Sorry, we're a little slow on the
Lucas. How many trips a year do we take to Universal? We take
5 to 6,
7. About every other month.
January. Wipe your brow. We went January, March. No, January, February, March. And then we go in June, and then we'll go again for the September. Very first week of HHN.
Probably October. We'll probably make another October trip. Let's be honest.
We've definitely been looking at going back to HHN for a second trip in October, but it's not on the calendar yet. And then a November
definitely
trip.
November for the November OI meetup. Maybe December. Who knows? Maybe we'll make 8 trips this year. Who thinks
that wasn't in the budget?
Should we make 8 trips this year?
Yeah,
I think we should.
I definitely think going back in October for HHN would be awesome. 150 days until your HHN trip. Not that I'm counting. Yeah,
we just need an announcement. We need an announcement is what we need. We got tickets.
Keep waiting patiently.
Single night tickets though, so we're moving.
I see John is on this, by the way. Congratulations, John, for booking your HHN hotel. You are one step closer. To joining us for the first week of HHN. If you guys could do me a favor in the comments, tell John how excited, like how great HHN is, because he doesn't believe us enough that he is going to love it.
John is a unbeliever.
Yeah. We need help convincing John how great HHN is. He thinks OI is probably better because you get free food. I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Free food's great.
But I still think that HHN is just worth the experience. So, Danny. Hi, Danny.
Although Jeremy and I love the original, the Hollywood version just feels more exciting. It does.
I could see that. Totally see that.
We definitely get the nostalgia of Jurassic Park. It's something that we all kind of grew up with, but the crooked Nekomosaurus is...
they had kind of fixed when we were on it last.
Chiropractor.
There's a lot of this. It like barely lifts its head too. It's like...
John says, I got to stop sweating. John, just wait till we make you eat that 2-foot-long hot dog from Hot Dog Hall of Fame.
Yes. All by yourself.
It's going to happen, John.
Yes, HHN is amazing. Sorry, I keep shaking the table here. I will not put my drink down.
Aaron, you don't think we'll hear anything until June?
June's a ways away.
June's far away.
I feel like maybe we got a house update between March and May last year. I have
to look back at the schedule last year.
I'm pretty sure.
Because like multi-night dropped in July. June seems really far away for a first announcement. Although granted, like Chucky was like the day after HHN, so it's like that's kind of hard to compare to.
If it means we get a house that was like the Chucky house, they can hold off. I'm okay with that.
See, Danny's hyping it up. John, can't wait for you to join the Scream Squad. Scream Squad is gonna be sick. That's probably one of our favorite things about Halloween Horror Nights is enjoying it with other people and going through the houses, going to the shows, sweating because it's inevitable that it's going to be hot, or even enjoying the rain on night one because, again, inevitable.
Just expect it.
And
if for some reason
just having fun regardless.
Yeah. I keep reading the stop sweating so much. Oh, goodness. Oh. Hello. Oh, thank you.
Thank you, Jay.
Still on the hunt to get both our signatures to get them tattooed. I gotta start practicing my signatures then.
You gotta make it look cool.
Yeah. We will be at the June OI event. So I believe the dates were there are June 7th, 8th, 9th.
Something like that, yeah.
Let me triple check here on the calendar. Because we get in, I think we come in that
Thursday night.
Yeah, we'll be there 7, 8, and 9 of June, and then we'll head home really early on that Monday morning. So if you're there, I will practice my signature. I don't think you need to get them tattooed, but if that's your thing.
Best prediction for DreamWorks Land opening, likely not for the June meetup, right? I kind of doubt it. I think mid to late summer though, because I think there's a lot of things happening mid to late summer to look forward to.
Do you mean late summer, like the Mummy's gonna reopen late summer? No, or do you mean actual like, late summer?
I probably mean like July. Like we know DreamWorks Land is coming. I'm thinking July. I think I think we can expect the water show, DreamWorks Land, and the new parade all kind of in late June, July, August.
I think Universal's going to do something on April 29th. They've been teasing it, whether it's an announcement that like, hey, these things are coming in this time frame, or they actually launch something. There's like in a few days, we're going to find out some sort of information. What that is, I don't know. I wish I did. I think DreamWorks Land is much more going to be a summertime thing that gets open and gets going, particularly just from like my planning and managing standpoint. I'm like, I want that up and running as long as it's built and ready, and they've been testing things. I'd want that up and running and good to go so that they're in good working order for a while before HHN kicks off, and you have to navigate all of that as well. Like, not that you're I don't know. I just would want that area kind of set and going well.
Especially because you're going to have so many houses in the back lots this year.
Oh, yeah. By the way, like the 2 new pop-up tent houses that they're adding in, if you can picture where the old pop-up tent houses are, they're even further back. Like,
You're
we're gonna get our
walking.
steps.
You're gonna get some walking this year.
John, start rucking, start doing some extra walking because we're getting our steps in this HHN easily.
Doing an HHN panel next month at Spooky Empire.
Ooh, are they?
Don't even know what that means, but
nice though. That'll be exciting.
May announcement is going to be DreamWorks and a couple of small things. Okay, that's some good prediction.
Could agree with
that. I like that.
I really hope that they start testing the water show this summer in preparation for doing a water show during HHN. I don't know if they'll actually do a water show throughout the summertime, but I could see it starting the test runs at that point just to make sure they can kick off.
Can you imagine just the headache that a water show is though? Like a headache, like
to get it
started. A water show has got to get it like perfected. It's got to be so finicky. Like
for you engineers out there.
If we have any engineers, that'd be so sweet if somebody can actually shed some light on this. Because it's just like dealing with water, and now you're spraying water in certain ways, and then you're projecting something on said water. There's just so many points that it can just be like, well, that didn't work.
But like computers are beautiful, so like
maybe it's that simple, but
like I can't get the sprinkler to get plugged in properly out front of our house, let alone run a water show.
Yeah. Somebody probably gets paid a lot of money to run the show.
Right. Oh, you want John's signature as well. John,
hell yeah, John, you're in.
I hope that he signs it Big John though, because that's all we refer to him as, is Big John. Also, is it really seriously gonna be your first tattoo? Oh my.
Watching some from Norway, would you like to see a Scooby-Doo house at HHN? We've talked about a Scooby-Doo house before.
Spooky Island.
Yeah, Spooky Island. I think it would be super fun, super funny.
It could be very fun and funny. I don't think it would be the scariest house ever.
That's okay though.
That's okay. You're gonna hear from the side, and we do have friends who live in this area. Like, HHN cannot be as family friendly anymore. We need to get back to the scary, creepy stuff. But that being said, like, I think a house that is a little more friendly, as more of the scaredy cat in the group, I think doing one of those every once in a while is kind of fun. Kind of like Dueling Dragons was last year.
Dueling Dragons or the weekend. Yeti was kind of fun. Yeti still had some good jumps.
But I think
like who puts
Spooky Island with Scooby-Doo
would be hilarious.
I think it'd be hilarious. It would be it could be pretty creepy. Like I remember as a kid.
But I've gotten away with it if it wasn't for your pesky kids.
Meddling
kids and your dog.
Also, thank you for joining us from Norway.
Yeah,
that's pretty cool.
What's the time change from Norway?
I feel like I should know. It's got to be like 10 hours or so, 12 hours. Could be wrong.
Are we doing an RIP tour? We
thought about it.
We thought about it. We're not. So when we go for opening weekend, we will go for basically a little over a week. So we don't really feel pressed to get everything done in one night.
Yeah.
So like even opening night, if we get 8 houses done by the time it's over, then that's what we get done. But being there for a week, we get to figure out what houses we like. We get to see everything. We get to do everything. We get to kind of have a more leisurely stroll through HHN. But if you're going for a night, maybe 2, definitely highly recommend considering an RIP tour, because as HHN gets more and more popular,
which you're already seeing that in the price increases for the Express Pass specifically,
that it's gonna be hard to get stuff done in one night without an RIP tour. Maybe even with Express Pass.
At least during like weekends.
Weekends, yeah.
Yeah. Sure. We definitely thought about doing an RIP tour. I set us up with the behind the scenes, Unmasking the Horror tour, because that's just the thing. We really like doing those. Ultimately, our goal would be like, Universal invites us to be part of media on night 1. Like,
that would be sick.
That would be dream goals. That would be awesome. Planning that they're not. You never know, but like planning that they're not. We just kind of decided that doing an RIP tour like, because we're there for as long as we are, wasn't quite worth it for us, because we have a lot of time while we're there. We will pay for the multi-night ticket that includes express, just because it is worth it to us to have that express pass and be able to bop around and do everything we want to do, as well as see shows. But like the real cool thing would be like, we get the access to being able to film in the house, to then be able to turn around and push a video out very, very quickly, so all of you guys can see cool stuff right away. Cool. So yeah,
keep watching, keep subscribing, so that if we grow enough by then that we can go to
Before we started
HHN.
this live, we were one subscriber away from 3,000 subscribers, which is huge for us. So thank you all for joining us, because it only helps all the things that we get to do, so that we can make more cool videos, and maybe I'll stop shaking the table. So, but I do think if you're only there for a night, or you really want to have a fantastic experience and get to do all of it very quickly at HHN, RIP is the way to go.
Josh says the RIP tour is awesome. Did it last year, and now he's hooked. We can imagine, like, again, we've never done one.
Plus, the tour guides are so
The tour guides offer that great story and some great contextual things before you go through the house, which you can get by like the podcast, but that just takes, you got to listen to a 30-minute podcast.
I do like the podcasts.
They are really cool. Yeah. Where was I going with this? But yeah, you kind of get spoiled. Like, you just get to jump the lines. Like, and so I can see how that's nice, especially night one, when we thought we were in line for Chucky.
Oh goodness.
And Chucky said an hour with express, or it said an hour.
It said an
hour.
While we were in
line, it jumped up to 2, and we waited probably all of 2 hours with express pass on Chucky for night 1, and it was just like,
it was rough. I want to see the dogs.
If you stick around till the end,
I'll
go get Lando and Laney.
We'll go get the pups.
And they'll bound up here and have all sorts of.
They will go nuts.
They will go nuts.
They will go nuts. So. Scooby-Doo house would be so fudging amazing.
Scooby-Doo would be super fun. Super funny. Could you imagine even like Scooby-Doo like wandering around, or like the Mystery Machine going around during HHN? That'd be kind of fun. That'd be kind of fun. Scooby in a mask.
Although I feel like Scooby would run into a lot of stuff if they weren't careful. Potential weekend scare zone in the park this year. You know, that would be a cool scare zone. That would be really cool. I don't think we're going to see the weekend come back this year. Just my own like opinion, thought, based off of kind of where my head's at. I just don't think, I think he did it was a really good house. I think a lot of people enjoyed it, and it was like pleasantly surprising.
I think people had low expectations for it.
I certainly did. And then I really enjoyed it, but I don't think we're going to see the weekend specifically come back this year in any form.
Dawn, good to see you.
Hi, Dawn. Thanks for joining. What dates will we be there?
So for the June OI meetup, 7-8-9. For HHN, it will be August 29th.
No, the 30th.
I know. HHN starts the 30th.
Yes.
We're there the day before.
We drive down the day. I don't know when you're off work. So
I think, pretty sure we're down there the 29th.
Yes.
And then we'll be there through
that Saturday. We drive home the following.
Something like that. 7th, 8th, something like that.
We're there for a full week.
It's like 8 days, yeah.
Yeah.
But
30th through 6th.
Yep. Something like that.
Yep. Yep.
It'll be a full week, because we'll be there a lot during the day and at HHN.
Yeah.
So
we're debating on doing another content creator and non-content creator rush.
Rush or meetup at HHN.
Just something. We haven't decided exactly on what it is. The people who joined us to do the Hagrid's Rush last time at the beginning of Mardi Gras talked about doing not Hagrid's, Velocicoaster this time. At the same point, if you guys have done HHN, you know how quickly the alarm clock goes off if you want to go to EPA. So we're kind of like, do we really want to do EPA, or do we want to go and do a meetup and do something else? And so we'll be continuing to like kind of flesh that out. Work through that the other day. We'll be continuing to kind of figure that out and keep people appraised, particularly on our email list. If you're not currently on it, that'll be where I push stuff out just to make sure people are aware of it. Because one of our favorite things, I think we've said it a couple times, is like meeting up with people, being a scream squad, going and doing houses.
If we could all go to like Nightmare Fuel together, that would be nuts.
I would go
nuts.
I would go nuts. It would be so fun.
Seth says, newbie here. What do you guys do before YouTube? Oh. YouTube is kind of a side gig.
Yeah.
We both have full-time jobs. I'm in the military, and works for Trevor Cashew Nutrition.
Yep.
So YouTube is one of those things that we do out of love and passion and trying to help people navigate Universal as best as we can provide them, because we have fallen in love with Universal, and theme parks are complicated. And so helping people navigate to have the best time that they can with their families and their people they care about is really why we started the YouTube channel to begin with.
And it's just fun to make them.
It is fun.
Like we've really started to enjoy the process of the content creation and all of that. And so being able to kind of merge those two things of helping people have the best experience at Universal possible and make the most of their family vacation, as well as like, hey, we actually enjoy doing this thing. Like, why not? Sorry, I just swallowed my spit. God, being sick. So yeah, we have full-time jobs. We would love to do this full-time. That would be pretty darn cool. But in the meantime, it is just the additional stuff we do when we're done with work. It
can certainly be stressful just being a side gig, but we enjoy it, and it does strive to get 1% better on the videos. And like we said, we love meeting up with people in the parks. They're like, we watch your stuff. We're like, oh my God.
Yeah. Next musician that might be translated into a house like The Weeknd. I have no clue.
No idea.
But I do think the Swifties would not have
Swifties would love it.
I think a Lady Gaga house would be really cool.
We talked about that last year.
Because she had tweeted something last year, like in conjunction with HHN, and I was like, okay. I think Lady Gaga could have a badass house at HHN with great music. But I don't know. Like a lot of people would be like, oh, let's go back to Rob Zombie and do some things like that.
Been there, done that.
Yeah, that's really where my head's at. And so like, I think because The Weeknd was such a hit, doing something kind of similar, kind of different would be really cool. So
I hope you meet to get you guys opening weekend. That would be totally wicked. So same. So if you see us, stop us. Like seriously, like if we're filming, just stop us. Like it's not that big of a deal. Like filming is not that serious. And
we already do multiple shots anyway.
So like, if you're like, oh my God, like we'll stop filming and say hi and be like, hey, let's go do something together. Like filming can wait. Like, because we love sharing the parks. And so like, if you see us, absolutely stop us so that we can say hi and probably go do something fun.
Or at least take a photo together. Yeah. Like some people are just in passing and wanted to say, hey, I watched your video. Like whatever it is for you, but like we'd love to at least take a photo together so we can share that.
Be there from August 24th through the 30th. Again, Dawn, love to see you. We would love to.
Yeah. Okay, Jay. You keep popping up here and we appreciate it. How much money from the super chat do we get? How much of the super chat money do we get? It's a percentage.
It's like less than 50%.
Yeah.
But
it definitely.
I mean,
YouTube.
I'm not going to complain. I'm not complaining, but YouTube definitely takes.
But thank you for all of the super chats you've been plugging in here.
So
like it's very appreciated.
It's helping us buy NyQuil.
I was gonna say NyQuil and NyQuil, what are these?
Currently. Hall's throat lozenges.
I'm gonna take yours.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay for those during this.
Will we be covering other theme parks or sticking? Right now, we're gonna stick primarily Universal.
It's funny you ask because my mom asked the same question when I was visiting in Oregon last week. And I was like, well, eventually, like maybe we'll go visit some of the other Orlando theme parks just to do it when we live down there. At the same point, Universal has so much stuff coming up with Epic Universe. Like my wrapping my head around all that there will be to cover in the Epic Universe opening in 2025. Like that's going to fill up a bit of time. So we're not necessarily opposed to covering other parks. We just have our hands full with the Universal content that we want to be able to provide people. that we're not going to expand until we're in a place where we feel comfortable to do so, I think.
Outside of...
Will I go to Mickey's Not So Scary? Yeah,
maybe.
I will at some point.
and even outside of Orlando, we'd love to go to Universal Beijing. We'd love
Dollywood
to go to Universal Japan. She's going to Dollywood. I'm not.
It's for my own work trip.
So, but yeah, those Universal Asia parks
would love to go there.
Insane.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
But because like we watched Paging Mr. Morrow's video on Universal Japan, incredible.
Mm-hmm.
Beijing's rides, especially like the Jurassic Park ride in Beijing, incredible.
Amazing.
And so we'd love to see those.
How to Train Your Dragon World that we're gonna get, but like the stage show that they have, and I've seen pictures up close.
It's gonna be cool.
Are they called puppets? I don't know what you consider those, but like they are so well done. It makes me like super, super giddy for that to be able to be here and in our backyard. So
Aaron loves how we edit our videos and shorts.
That you're the editing guru on most of that.
So it does take a while to kind of like figure out what you like to do. Obviously, I think most people start by like basically mimicking people they like. And that's pretty much how we started. And then you start slowly developing your own style. And I really enjoy videos and music. So you tend to see a lot of the parks really set to music and montages. Yes, there's certain challenges because copyright and stuff like that. That you can't always keep in the videos. So, but I love music and I love the videos. So I love setting the videos to music and good music.
Yeah. Yeah. The shorts, on the other hand, I just love a good meme.
You love the relatable memes.
I love a good meme. Like the darn Mickey's Not So Scary versus HHN one, which blew up the other day. Just fit. Just fit. So
we went to 30 Fears, HHN. It was great.
I wish we could have been there that year. That one looked awesome.
You should absolutely go back. I think this year is going to be really cool. We would love to see it. Opening weekend.
For sure.
Opening week.
Opening week. Doesn't even have to be the weekend. Opening week, we will be there.
Scooby Moto, Patreon. Patreon does help the most. If we're going to be completely honest.
Facts.
It does help the most when it comes to, I guess, the financial side of YouTube.
It's true. Joining our Patreon is very significant for us. And we post a lot of fun stuff on there. We're working on posting more to it.
You get to see behind the scenes stuff. You get to see stuff early.
We do put some stuff on our Patreon that we make specifically for team members at Universal that we share with our Patreon members as well. But not everybody gets to see that content unless they're on our Patreon.
Because we have gotten to know a lot of the team members personally. And we know that they work incredibly hard to put on a great show. And so whether it's Mardi Gras or Vamos or Mel's, because I absolutely love Mel's, like we will put...
Ben has a special Mel's t-shirt now because of how much he loves Mel's.
We put stuff together specifically for them. And Patreon are the only people that'll ever see those.
I'd say teasing HHN, we look forward to what we're able to put on the Patreon account based off of the connections we've built. And hopefully another Nightmare Fuel show this year. Hopefully.
Would love to go to HHN overseas. Yep. Same. Or even Hollywood. I'll take Hollywood.
I think going and experiencing Hollywood would be pretty darn cool.
Because Hollywood just seems different. Like you have more special effects.
Well, just a different person in charge. And so the way that he creates his work, similar, but very, very different.
Yep.
Very, very different. When do I go to Dollywood? Would you film any content? I go for a work summit. It's like the end of July, beginning of August. I don't plan on filming content when I'm there unless it's like short form stuff. I'm not going to be able to pack Ben's camera with me. Not because I couldn't, but more so just like the people I'm with and the focus that we have. I'm not going to have a lot of free time to film major content, but I'll be able to like, hey, here's the cool food, because there is a cinnamon bread that I will be getting. I've only heard great things about it. But yeah, if you guys have Dollywood suggestions, feel free to shoot them our way, because I plan to experience as much as I can of Dollywood in the short time I'm there.
Dawn loved to go to Universal Japan. It looked so cool on Paging Mr. Morrow's video. So cool. Like that parade. The parade was different because even on this video, like you were in the parade, like they stopped the floats and people would go out in the streets during the parade and like dance around and party.
Universal Orlando would not have that.
And then it was like, okay, now everybody get off. And it was just like, this is nuts. Like,
and they did it though.
You could never get people from Orlando just be like, okay, join the parade for 5 minutes and now get off the street. Like that would be impossible. Like maybe not impossible.
Just a lot of trust.
It was crazy.
Hi, Dad. The new roof on the house looks great. Thanks for sending me that group chat. I hope the pork shoulder is delicious. Let's see.
Did the knee surgery happen? Yes, it did. I'm walking just fine. I've had a couple of setbacks with physical therapy, just due to the nature of it being the second knee surgery in the same spot with the same injury. So nobody quite has a great grasp on what the healing process really will entail.
Time for a new knee, I guess.
Work in progress.
Yeah.
I didn't have any problems really at Universal though when we went.
No, he did really, really well when we were at Universal. Like I thought we were gonna have to rent a wheelchair partway through the day or just get him something to be able to sit on. I think the biggest thing that kind of hindered you at Universal was like he's so used to being able to squat down and get different angles when he's shooting.
Didn't happen. Or it did, but
you weren't able to do that nearly as easily. So
hello, Eric. Thanks for your joining us.
We all need an HHN announcement like yesterday. Yes. We do.
When you're in Pigeon Forge, wife and I recommend Zorbing.
Zorbing.
What's Zorbing?
Yeah, what's Zorbing? Is this like a restaurant or is this?
It's incredible.
Or in like something you get like when you get into like those things that you play soccer in and then like push them. I don't know. Like my mind goes in a million different places. But good to know. We're at a place. I know Melissa's planning a lot of stuff, but I'm always willing to send stuff her way. So
one thing to note coming up is that ticket prices for the June Orlando Informer meetup do go up this weekend. So if you are debating going to the Orlando Informer meetup, get your tickets prior to Sunday.
Yeah.
Or you're going to pay a little more.
Yeah. I think they go up. I don't know for sure. I think they go up like $10 or so, but like
still it's $10.
It's $10. So if you are interested in going in June, personally, I recommend going for 2 nights.
Plus you get a discount at the hotels, which is super nice, as well as parking. I never thought about that until.
Have we not been taking advantage of this?
We did.
Oh.
But it was something I didn't really, I knew we got, but it like, I think the concierge or the front desk said it. And I was like, oh yeah, we do get that. I forgot about that. So like you kind of save some money on hotels and you save money on parking and you just get the parks for the night or a couple nights, ideally. So definitely do that. I'm curious if we'll have specific food like they did for Mardi Gras at the Juneau meetup. I hope so.
Or something special.
They did like the zombie oasis last June.
We barely visited the zombie oasis area.
But they had it. We were busy doing other stuff.
It's cowboy themed this time, right?
It seems like it.
Should we talk about one of the videos we're planning on filming?
Send it.
Okay. If you're going to be at the Juneau meetup, we would love a little bit of assistance in filming the upcoming video because recently we rewatched our Eat Everything at the Orlando Informer video.
It's not good.
And let's just say Ben's editing has significantly gotten better since we filmed that just over a year ago. So I can't tell you exactly which of the 2 nights of OI will be filming this particular video, but if you would like to walk with us or at least be with us for a small period of time and eat some food on camera with us, we could use your help and we would really appreciate it. My tummy would appreciate it. Ben's tummy probably too. We could use help eating some OI food and talking about it with you.
Before we continue on with that, how did both knee injuries happen? First one was a football injury when I was 17 in high school. This one, I do hand-to-hand combatives work with our candidates. I know that sounds really weird.
He fights people
I fight
for
people.
his job.
I fight people in my job, or teach people how to fight.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, a candidate fell on my leg and contorted it in a strange fashion.
Yep.
And then it just didn't get any better, and I was like, something's wrong here.
For like 6 months.
Yeah, and so finally got it looked at, and they're like, oh yeah, you tore your meniscus again.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Zorbing is when you get a huge plastic ball with some water in it and get pushed around a small hill with a specific course.
That does sound like a lot of fun.
I want to do it.
That sounds like a lot of fun.
Absolutely. I will be checking that out. That sounds like a TKN event for sure. That totally does. Desiree would be totally in.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in.
Big Bear Mountain.
I have heard about Big Bear Mountain as far as a coaster at Dollywood. And faster than you'd think. Okay. There's also like a mine coaster, something like that.
A mine car coaster?
Yeah, I'm interested in that one as well.
Richard, thank you.
Thanks for getting your watch.
Officially,
we're 3,000 then.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Bill,
we appreciate that.
When you're at Volcano Bay, can you choose any ride at the Tapu Tapu kiosk, or is it for specific rides it's in front of? Also,
good question.
What is the best order? Find a spot, locker, then ride. Ooh,
the Tapu Tapus.
There's a lot to unpack there.
The Tapu Tapus are specific to the ride. Unless you have a private cabana.
Yep.
And then you have a private Tapu Tapu in your private cabana that you can then tap into any of the rides that you are looking to do. The private cabanas do add up in price, especially during the busy season of the year. As far as find spot, locker, ride, I'd say
depends when you get there.
Yeah, exactly. Depends when you get there.
If you're there for like early park admission, which again, we sound like a broken record. We always recommend if you're trying to get a lot done, get there early.
Yeah.
If you're there at EPA, you're probably not going to have much of an issue. We usually are there for EPA, so we go locker, spot, ride. Excuse me. We also, depending on when you get there, recommend the water coaster first.
Yeah.
Because the water coaster, as the park gets busy, gets long. We've seen it upwards of 3 hours for the water coaster. And then after the water coaster, we love going to the Moana raft rides.
Yeah. But we like the blue one, which isn't Moana, it's Hanu.
And so those are almost, I think I like those almost more than the water coaster. I know that's weird to say.
No, we do.
But the water coaster is so unique. It's so unique. And then the best part about Volcano Bay is you tap in, even if you have to wait, you just go play in the Fearless River or the Lazy River and pray you don't get lost.
Because it is easy to get out and be like, where am I in the park? We still get lost when we're at Volcano Bay sometimes.
But bring your water shoes because it's all concrete. And so those feet.
We do have a specific type of water shoe that we recommend. I have it linked, I think, in our link tree to our Amazon account. They're just like little neoprene guys with a nice little rubber sole on them, so you can still wear them when you go on the rides.
Some of them you have to take them off with.
Yes.
The slides you'll have to take them off.
Most of the rides, like you can still wear them versus like if you have Crocs on or shoes that could slide off, you have to take those off. So it kind of helps with going up all the steps. But yeah, I'd say, like Ben said, it really depends on what time you're getting there. If you're getting there midday, finding a spot might be better than go locking your stuff up, tapping it on your way as you lock stuff.
For sure.
But if you're there for EPA,
you're not gonna have any problems.
You got time. Rides. These last one. Thank you so much.
We try. We try to have fun even when we're sick.
You're so sweet, Jay. Thank you. Rides like Jaws and Confrontation were true magic of Universal because it really made you feel like you were the scene of a movie, especially when they used live actors. Something of us. I could totally
we can totally appreciate that. Like
I wish we could have ridden Jaws.
Yeah.
Another reason we should go back to Japan because they still have it there.
And I do think Universal is starting to realize that or maybe not starting to realize that, but realizing that a lot of people love the nostalgia of a lot of those older movies, as well as the fact that like Universal is doing a lot more combining of screens and real sets, not just one or the other, as well as introducing some really great roller coasters. And I think you're going to see that trend continue with Universal and even into Epic Universe, because like the Star Chaser.
No, that's not what it is.
The really big one in the center.
Yeah, I know. I can't.
Like that looks like an insane roller coaster. Like, but then you're also going to get some probably screen-based attractions in Harry Potter, which are kind of inevitable.
Right. Starfall Racers. Thank you, Ashley.
There we go.
I was like, it's got Star in it.
And they're in like the Super Mario, like you're combining those real sets and those screens, and like even pushing the envelope with the virtual reality with the Mario Kart ride. So you're seeing Universal really push the envelope when it comes to some of these rides.
It's going to be so
It's going to be really cool.
It's going to be so good. But
agreed. Jaws.
There are
confrontation.
I again wish we could have ridden both of those back in the day, because there's a number, even going and watching Twister. Like I think that one could have been fun just to see as well. Like, so yeah, it's hard because you love the old stuff that used to be there, but I also understand why they like.
You love the newness of the
I
new
don't
stuff.
Understand why they put in Fast and Furious, but that's neither here nor there. I do appreciate that they do update as they go.
But you also love the newness of the new stuff.
Yes. Yes.
I think the one land that I'm excited for at Epic that kind of bridges that gap is Dark Universe. Because you do get that throwback to the classic Universal monsters.
Yeah.
And I think that land is going to be one of those really key hybrid bridges between old and new.
I think it'll be good. The Adventure Gateway says we most likely will be there in June. Would love to collab. Want to help the seat stuff?
Yeah, absolutely.
We could use help. Pigeon Forge has the only course for Zorbing in America.
You're doing it. You're doing it.
I don't know on my phone to text a couple people after this.
Casey Bryson will be there on Saturday. Teenagers would love to help you out. If you're there in June, absolutely help us eat around the park.
Good to know. Good to know.
Bill, glad we could help. Definitely, Volcano Bay is one of those. Call it missed things that there's not a ton of content on how to navigate Volcano Bay, and it can definitely be one of those parks that is a little difficult to navigate.
Yeah. We never did get to see the Bill and Ted show before Nightmare Fuel.
We've heard great things.
Now we are huge Nightmare Fuel fans. We didn't know what we were getting into when we first saw Nightmare Fuel, to be perfectly honest. And like, I think part of it that we love so much is because we have connected with the people that are in it. And just built some of those connections, not just during Nightmare Fuel, but then outside of Nightmare Fuel and when they're working elsewhere. But I have heard really good things about Bill and Ted show. A lot of people who would like to see it come back. If we could have the best of both worlds and have both, I'd be okay with that.
But right now, Nightmare Fuel, Resurrection
Fire.
Resurrection.
Something with Resurrection.
Isn't the whole theme of this summer is old Universal and extinct and cult classic? Yes, it does seem that way.
I think we're going, like, they haven't announced it yet. I think we're going to get some, we're going to get some throwback stuff, maybe a throwback tribute store again as well.
Love it.
And I think in my opinion, what I feel like they're tapping into is not just the throwback movies, but like they've also talked like, wouldn't it be cool for those kids that are now my age that watched Nickelodeon back in the day to see some Nick stuff too?
Some
slime. I think we're gonna see Jaws. We're gonna see Ghostbusters. We're gonna see E.T. There was another one that I can't remember that they kind of teased at. But also Nickelodeon could be so cool. But I think we're gonna get a throwback. Back to the Future. So they did a retro style store 2 summers ago now.
Because Jurassic Park was last year.
So I think we're gonna get that again, type of thing. But I would love like a 90s Babies tribute store.
I think you also get some of that during HHN. But have you heard the rumor about Rip Ride Rocket potentially closing next year?
Yes, we have.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not surprised.
Yeah. It's about
It was due for a refurb.
For a refurb at this point in time.
It's definitely one that, especially because of your meme, like is due for. It's headache inducing for sure. I still enjoy the ride. I think it's a cool idea that you get to pick your own music and ride. So we'll see what happens though with it.
I think it'll be interesting if it gets replaced with another roller coaster. I think it should.
I think it should.
They don't have a lot of space to work with though. But really, yes, your head gets kind of shook up in Rip Ride Rocket. I don't mind that as much as I don't do that vertical lift well. I'm a chicken when it comes to that. And so if they were to replace it with something else, I probably would fall in love with that roller coaster if it doesn't have a vertical lift.
But my real big concern is that if and when you take away Rip Ride Rocket, you're really left with the Mummy as a roller coaster and Gringotts.
You're about to have a roller coaster for kids.
Sure. But it's like you don't have a large roller coaster.
No, I think they need to have.
And so you have
but then I also think whatever that is, it needs to be better themed to studios.
Sure, I think it
versus the theming of Rip Ride Rocket.
Well, it fits with the Music Plaza, but
okay. I guess that makes sense. I never really thought about it that way. I want it themed around something of the movies.
Sure.
Yeah. Let's see, where were we? Old Universal. Let's see that. I look forward to whatever they sell at the tribute store then.
Miranda, great to have you here.
Cole. If Fast and Furious opened 10 years and like 20 movies sooner, earlier in 2008, the nostalgia. If they open a Fast and Furious based off of Tokyo Drift, you could make a pretty cool ride around it. Although the one song that you're going to hear the whole time in the queue, can you sing it for me?
No.
Come on, try it.
Nope. Everybody knows what song it is.
Specific song for Tokyo Drift, and that would just get stuck in everyone's head. But that would be like just. That would have been the Fast and Furious ride.
That'd be sweet. Retro VHS. Thank you for tuning in.
Thanks for joining us, Huntsville, Alabama.
Vicious Shots. Thank you for the wonderful content. The wife and I cannot wait to meet y'all at some point. We'll definitely be going to the December OI event and hope to see you there. Maybe. We're definitely going to the November one. We're still working out to see if we can make a December one work.
December is always spotty for us because like we don't live next to family. And so trying to make time during the Christmas time / December to hang out with people and see our family is kind of like around that June OI, or not June OI, sorry, the OI meetup.
Maybe we can talk Alp's parents into coming back for an OI meetup.
Oh, you say it a little louder while Dad's smoking that front shoulder, and then maybe he'll like,
come back in December for
Brad and April. Start booking the December OI trip.
Cole, if Rip Ride Rocket gets a refurb to Minions, I would be same. Yeah, honestly. I'm not a huge fan of Minion Blast.
No, we're really not. I thought that was. I did a poll the other day on our Instagram to see if people liked Minion Blast versus Minion Mayhem better. It was really close, and I was kind of shocked how many people preferred Minion Blast because there's just so much more going on versus like I don't think people think Minion Mayhem's as adorable as you do.
Okay,
you're in love with Minion Mayhem.
I love Agnes. Minion Mayhem. Agnes is adorable.
Yeah.
Doesn't make me want kids, but Agnes is adorable.
We can appreciate Agnes for who she is.
Sing it. No.
No.
Aaron, isn't that kind of what they're doing in Hollywood for Fast and Furious?
They are putting in a coaster.
Which would be.
Now, I don't know if it's around necessarily Tokyo Drift, but they are putting in some form of a drifting coaster. I'll be curious if it's one of those coasters that the cart spins, kind of like what they're looking to put into the Wolfman.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool.
That would be neat. I don't know though. I haven't looked into kind of like what do they call it? Blueprints or whatever. Yeah. The specs for that coaster in Hollywood. But
have we ever gotten to ride Pteranodon Flyers, going with girlfriend and kids next week and hoping to ride on it? Yeah. We'll get to that in a second. Any rides that you've never been on at Universal? Pteranodon Flyers is the only one. We don't have kids unless we want to put a puppy on there, which would get kind of weird. We've never gotten to ride it during the OI meetups either.
We'll keep our fingers crossed that we will be just as lucky to eventually ride it during an OI meetup.
But unfortunately, Pteranodon Flyers is closed indefinitely for some renovations, and that was as of earlier this week or last week.
Yeah, it's still closed.
So don't expect Pteranodon Flyers to be up and moving any time quickly. If they put it in closed indefinitely, it's not going to be a quick fix.
Mm-hmm. I do recommend to hang out in
Camp
Jurassic and go and find the raptors that you can shoot water.
Yeah,
those are pretty darn cool.
If you're going with the kiddos, we don't know how old your kiddos are, but Camp Jurassic is super fun. We love exploring Camp Jurassic, even if the kids are in there. Like climbing on
Spraying
stuff.
them with water.
Like I'll go down the slides because I can. Like absolutely, Camp Jurassic will be a blast.
You should put an asterisk
I get stuck
how well you can.
I get stuck in the slides every single time, but
you
it's
just
fun.
Hear this like squeeze as he's going down the slides, but he made it. He made it.
And then there's like the ropes courses, and like you can step on the dino things, and they make a bunch of noise.
Or don't tell your kids about the dino steps and have them walk across and just see them absolutely go crazy.
Then you've got the lava tubes, and then you've got like where you can battle each other with water guns, and it's like Camp Jurassic's a lot of fun.
It is. It is.
The kid rides for 7 and 10 though, I would probably be Minions for sure. Like if they meet the height requirements for some of the bigger rides, then absolutely. Like I don't know.
Do they get motion sick?
Yeah. Gringotts maybe. I don't know if they're
because Spider-Man would be a good one. Transformers is a lot like that, just a lot bigger booms and harder to kind of understand if you don't know Transformers. You've got some good options there. Yeah. Mom and Dad say whoop whoop and put it on the calendar.
Hi guys from Brooklyn, love you guys. So happy I made it here. We're glad to have you.
Thanks for joining us.
We've had a lot of fun.
Honestly, I am feeling better through this. You're not sweating as much either, so I'm glad we've been doing this live today, because it is making us both feel a little bit better as you wipe your brow.
What else we got?
We talked about ticket prices going up for June OI. We've kind of talked a little bit about HHN. A little bit. There's not a lot to talk about yet.
Unless you guys want to talk about tickets, but then tickets can be a doozy.
We did invite help for eating food at the June OI. That was on the to-do list to make sure we covered with everybody. And we did make sure Pteranodon Flyers, we brought that up.
Pteranodon.
I know. I don't pronounce it right. I don't, but I don't know. Is there any other questions that you guys have for us today? Aside from going and getting the pups, we will go and grab them before we head out of here. Is there anything coming up that you guys want to know about, or questions about our upcoming plans or anything like that?
I don't think the thumbs up thing is an issue anymore.
What's the thumbs up issue?
Remember when John was with us and we kept doing the thumbs up? Oh, there we go.
That's the thumbs up issue. It happens during my work Zoom calls. Or there's this one. We'll see if this happens.
Whoa. Yeah. That is some nifty stuff.
Imagine somebody sharing some really personal information during a Zoom call and that happens.
That is some nifty stuff.
Yeah, it's still a thing. Well, the Giant John
has the thumbs up issue been when the Giant John had the
okay.
Apparently so.
Yeah. It's still there. I don't know how to turn it off, and I haven't tried that hard.
Do you remember around last year when they dropped the frequent fear passes dropped end of July last year? So I suspect it'll be right around the same time.
I think so. And when they dropped last year, were you able to get them immediately with Express Pass when you called in?
Yeah, okay, once they dropped everything for at least frequent fear passes. What type of annual pass do we have?
We have the
Freedom Pass.
Yeah, because Ben's in the military, we do get that, and it's a really, really good deal for what we're allowed to get. We've looked at the other options for annual passes, and if we're not allowed to get the Freedom Pass in the future, I don't know which one for sure that we'll get, but we definitely have kind of scouted out which would fit us best as far as being able to kind of get the most bang for our buck.
And just to jump down, Scooby, all the blockout dates with the Freedom Pass for 2024 have been lifted.
Really?
They will still expire
the 24th or the
something
23rd or
yeah,
something like that.
20 something of December. I don't remember directly offhand, but definitely towards the end of December is when they expire.
The one night I have available to go to HN is the last night of the season. Good idea or madness? Send it.
Send it. I mean, even if it's madness, like that'll be half the fun.
Yeah.
Plus, it'll be busy. It'll
go
100%
there.
be busy. But
I'd say it's worth getting to actually experience HHN.
For sure.
Yeah. Yeah. What hotel are we planning on staying at? We are at Hard Rock. We booked it many moons ago.
Way in advance.
We
we guessed.
We guessed the dates as far as when HHN would be and said send it because the pricing was just too spectacular to. We didn't
have anything. We didn't know anything, and we were just looking at the calendar, going, "When do we think this is going to happen?" And so
deductive reasoning.
We just kind of threw Hard Rock at it because Hard Rock was a great price at the time because it was almost a year in advance. And we just happened to be right. And so we got it for a great price. Plus, Universal is great for if changes need to happen. So you can just call and change dates, change locations, super easy. Even if prices fall, just call back and they'll give you the discounted rate.
I'm curious if they'll have an annual pass preview night for Epic next summer. I'm curious just in general
how annual passes are going to work.
How annual passes will work or ticketing will work for Epic Universe. It's going to be interesting. There's a lot of information that will be coming out about Epic soon enough. Speaking of Epic, I'm curious how much longer we have to wait until the preview center is open in City Block. I think that we can expect that should be opening soon. I would imagine.
Summer.
I hope that we'll be able to go through it when we're at the June event. I hope that is summer enough for them that they'll have it there and ready.
And just like Don saying, pricing for hotels during HHN, they're only going to go up.
That's why John booked already.
If you have any thoughts about going, I would probably at least reserve your hotel now.
Exactly.
Because as that price gets closer and demand goes up, I think as that hype and announcements start flowing, like that hype's just going to build and build and build and build, and those prices are just going to go up and up and up and up and up.
Debating between Hard Rock and Royal Pacific, I think either is going to be great.
But
either going to be great.
That time frame that you're going, Don, like especially if you're getting HHN in there, that 5-minute walk is gonna be nice.
We're most stoked about that, I think.
Yeah.
Like very, very close.
Sal.
Hi, Sal.
How are you?
Sal, are you on your trip
yet?
A
well-traveled man.
Yeah. I saw you were rescuing puppies the other day. Good man.
Good man. We're about to go get our puppies.
Yeah, we are. We are. Any other questions or anything that we can cover before Ben goes and releases the hounds for the evening?
Guess I'm getting hounds.
It's about to be chaos.
If something gets knocked over, it's not their fault. It's not our fault.
Yeah. If something gets knocked over, that's life with two crazy dogs. Release the Titans. He has to go all the way downstairs, but they will run up here. In fact, let me move this out of the way. And the tissues and all of that. I hope Ben and I being sick during this live did not throw us off too much. Do we have a P.O. box for us to send you stuff? We don't currently have a P.O. box, but if you are interested in sending us stuff, email fudgefactor00@gmail.com and we'd be happy to connect with you. So you can. We've shared our address with people. Oh my goodness! Oh my goodness! Come here, baby. Come here. Come here. Hi. Oh, Laney-bug. Hello. Hello. Yes. There they are.
Hi, little girl.
Not sure if we can talk our 13-year-old to go to HHN. You know what? I would probably not have been comfortable at 13 to do HHN. That would have been a lot for me.
Come here. Up,
we hope to meet you guys in the parks as well.
Sit.
Hi, baby. This is Laner. This is Laney. Lando's just running around. He wants to go outside and play with the ball.
Hi, baby girl.
Yeah, she's a little more chill than he is, but
She's like,
thank
what's
you
going
all
on?
so much. Oh goodness, thank you so much for joining us tonight. Ben and I are gonna go and let the dogs outside and take some NyQuil, and hopefully we'll feel better tomorrow. But we really, really appreciate y'all for joining us for this live.
Thanks, guys.
We look forward to feeling better during our next month's live. We'll do another one here in May for Ben's birthday. Yay! Woo! So thank you all. Jay, thank you so much. Lainey can't get enough of it. Have a great night, everybody.